It certainly will be. Well, Tamara Molinara's boyfriend Craig Breen starts on pole position for race 2. Armindo Araujo alongside him. Then we've got Ronnie Searock in the middle, Shushu onto the outer side, and then right on the very far side of the track, it's Ivan Arez, the Spanish driver. So, how will they all fare, crucially, down towards that first turn? Who's your money on for this start here, Max? Who would you reckon is going to get the best launch?
That's difficult to say. The cars are all the same, and I think they're all up to speed now. But Armindo, I think, really got the thing down now. So
let's keep an eye out then. So the drivers then sat in the cockpits on their own, 4 other Titans cars alongside them. And let's see what their launch will be like down towards that first corner. You can see the clouds overhead here in Montalegre. The marshal at the front just checks everything's okay with these drivers. Then there'll be a silence falling before the revs begin to rise as that ready to race board is displayed. Q3, race 2 here in Montalegre is underway. Good launch there from pole position for Craig Breen as they go down towards that first turn. Who manages to get the best advantage? As you can see, Araujo there, and side by side with Ronnie Searock, and also Shushu in and amongst the mix, side by side with Searock and Breen for the race leaders. Breen does hold off the advantage. Here comes Araujo down the inside, and also Ronnie Searock connecting there with Ivan Arez. They all managed to keep it on the straight and narrow, but a brilliant start there for Craig Breen. And exactly as you said, Araujo's start wasn't actually that brilliant there, Max, but he did manage to make up for it at the first turn.
Yeah, he took the right decision to line up behind the first car and keep his position right there.
Shushu there a little bit wide in the background. You can see bodywork damage for Ivan Arez in the background, just runs a little bit wide. Does that allow Shushu to close up? Well, it certainly does, but it doesn't allow him to find a way past as things stand. There is Ronnie Searock, the German driver, as they come through in towards the final section. A little bit wide there for Searock onto the start-finish straight. I think Ivan Arez there's got some suspension damage going on here, Max, because his car's crabbing like nobody's business.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some damage on the rear wheel.
See that, yeah, pointing in all sorts of directions there for Ivan Arez. He's keeping it on for the time being, but will that be the end of his race and potentially the end of his weekend for the Spaniard? Let's see whether he can turn things around. At the moment, he is in the shout with being in that semi-final, so let's hope it all works out for Ivan Arez. Meanwhile, Craig Breen still leads the way ahead of this man here, Armindo Araujo. The local Portuguese driver is doing brilliant things in his first ever Rallycross event. He comes from the world of rallying, and his adaptation has been, well, second to none, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to speed so quickly, and he's putting in lap times like the pros. So he's been really a surprise for everyone.
Ivan Arez there, you can see that suspension damage very, very profound going down towards that first turn, but somehow he does still manage to hold on. That rear wheel is not looking too handy at all, but he's managing to drive around it.
Yeah, he's picked up the Rallycross spirit very quickly because we always finish. It doesn't matter what the car looks like.
Well, if in doubt, flat out, that's the old saying as it goes, isn't it? And that is exactly what these drivers are doing at the moment. There is Ronnie Searock keeping in touching distance of Araujo. Ivan Arez there in the light blue Pantera. Just behind him is Shushu, so things not going the way in this Q3 race 2 for Shushu at the moment. Over the timing line we go though. Craig Breen just able to keep that advantage at a constant, really, more than anything, not allowing Araujo to close up too much.
No, they're at the very same speed. The distance remains the same. So unless somebody makes a mistake, that's going to be the final.
Through and towards the left-hander, then into the right. There is Craig Breen kicking it up onto 2 wheels. The door briefly flies open on his Pantera as he goes flat out and sideways, and even more open. Maybe he just wants a bit of air in the cockpit. That's what he's aiming for Craig Breen. But he's doing an absolutely superlative job out there on track to just keep this gap, as we say, at a constant and keep that pressure at bay from Armindo Araujo behind. Onto the final lap we come then here at TitansRX, down towards the first corner in Q3 for the final time of RC. Look at Ronnie Searock as well. He's looking pretty menacing. I reckon if this race was going to go on for another lap or two, he could be potentially mounting a charge on the Portuguese driver.
Yeah, he's picking up speed a bit. He's already very much closer, but it's only one more lap, so it's going to be hard to make that.
Yeah, it certainly is. In towards the gravel section we go for the final time of Arsting. There is Araujo, there is Ronnie Searock, flat out and completely sideways for Araujo, sending it to the maximum. Brilliant stuff from him. What a great race it has been here for Q3. Race 2, through into the left, then into the right. Over the timeline we go though. Craig Breen takes the spoils. He wins Q3 Race 2 here in Montalegre for round 6 of TitansRX. Armindo Araujo, again, another top 2 position. And then Ronnie Searock in 3rd place.